Hi, my name is Daniel Pogue, and I'm going to be analyzing the hospital scene from The Dark Knight, directed by Christopher Nolan. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Hi.
Yeah, so I think the scene's pretty interesting because we really get to see the Joker in his more uh, persuasive and casual attitude. So the scene starts out by him walking up and sitting down next to Harvey's bed, so really getting on his level so he's able to converse with Harvey.
You know, I don't want there to be any hard feelings between us, Harvey. When you and, Rachel were being abducted, I was sitting in Gordon's cage. No, I didn't rig those charges.
So the Joker starts out just doing as he does, trying to persuade Harvey that what happened to Rachel wasn't his fault, and uh, he was simply just doing what he does. Um, you can see it focuses on his face, but when it pans back to Harvey, it's more of a wide angle, so you can see how he might be more vulnerable.
Your man. Your plan. Do I really look like a guy with a plan? You know what I am? I'm a dog chasing cars. I wouldn't know what to do with one if I caught it. You know, I just do things.
Yeah, so Joker just continues trying to persuade Dent that he really didn't have any bad intentions. He just kind of does things without any real plan and then just goes with the flow. So, trying to really persuade Dent into thinking that he's uh, not as bad as everybody makes him out to be.
The mob has plans. The cops have plans. Gordon's got plans. You know, they're schemers. Schemers trying to control their little worlds. I'm not a schemer. I try to show the schemers how pathetic their attempts to control things really are.
So, if you looked at the beginning of the scene, it was way panned out on Harvey, and as Joker's talking, it uh, dollies in very slowly. It's pretty subtle, but at this point, it's just his head, so you can see like what Joker's saying pretty much. Just the people that Harvey's working with and who he's working for are just schemers and fake people, and they really only care about themselves. And I think that like the slow dolly towards his face kind of symbolizes the effect that it's having on him, and that it's really like sinking in almost.
So, when I say, come here, when I say that you and your girlfriend was nothing personal,
So I actually like this shot a lot, just because uh, Joker is just fully embracing Dent and trying to influence him, I guess, and the fact that Dent's arms are restrained, so he's pretty much just forced to listen to Joker at this point and just sit through his whole spiel.
you know that I'm telling the truth. It's the schemers that put you where you are. You were a schemer, you had plans, and look where that got you.
So through that scene, Dent definitely calms down a bit, but by the end of it, you can still tell that he is pretty heated and is not fully like out of his frustrated state. And then the scene changes to Bruce Wayne and his Lamborghini. So the scenario here is that Joker um, put a hit out on this person and then he said that if that they didn't kill that person, if anybody killed that person, then um, he would blow up the hospital that he's in currently.
taking every possible precaution and urging everyone not to take matters into their own hands.
So I like that. You can tell there's eye contact between the two there. Uh, Bruce Wayne's definitely sensing the danger in the situation. He's able to realize what's about to happen.
I just did what I do best. I took your little plan and I turned it on itself. Look what I did to this city with a few drums of gas and a couple of bullets.
So I like this scene because Joker is now officially up higher than Harvey, forcing Harvey to look up at him. So Joker really has more power at this point, and the fact that Harvey's still restrained from the waist down definitely adds some power to Joker.
You know what I noticed? Nobody panics when things go according to plan. Even if the plan is horrifying. If tomorrow I tell the press that, like, a gangbanger will get shot, or a truckload of soldiers will be blowing up, nobody panics. Because it's all part of the plan. But when I say...
So I like this scene also because if you notice, he moved to the other side of the bed, so exposing Harvey's raw, burned side. I think that kind of symbolizes his weak side. So maybe he's a lot more and at the beginning of the scene, he was super aggravated, and you can see now his face is a lot more relaxed. And as Joker's talking, he's still making some pretty good points. Just kind of forcing Dent to realize what's really going on here.
One little old mare will die. Well, then everyone loses their minds. Introduce a little anarchy.
So if you could hear right before that, there was a bit of like a siren, like a distant siren sound going on, like signaling that something is about to happen, and then Joker obviously pulls the pistol out.
Upset the established order, and everything becomes chaos. I'm an agent of chaos. Oh, and you know the thing about chaos? It's beer.
So this scene's also pretty interesting just because Joker is still taller than him in this scene. Even though he has a revolver to his head, he still feels like he has the power in the situation. So I thought that was pretty interesting. And Dent's kind of just sitting there waiting to see what happens. You can see he's becoming a lot more relaxed.
You die. Now we're talking.
So Dent takes Joker's advice here, obviously, and introduces a little bit of anarchy to the situation. So pretty much what just happened is Bruce Wayne just pulled out in front of that speeding truck to save the person's life that had the hit out on them. And that scene was pretty short, but I actually think it has some pretty good relevance just because he's outside of the room now. We don't really know what happened to Harvey, but he is using hand sanitizer, like also washing his hands, I guess you could say. So and also you can't really hear Harvey. I feel like if he was walking away, then he would have been yelling something or something, so he might have just been like washing his hands of the blood that he just spilt from Harvey, or just washing himself from the situation.
That's Mr. Wayne, isn't it? That's a very brave thing you did.
Trying to catch the light?
Well, you weren't protecting the van.
Why? Who's in it?
you think I should go to the hospital?
You don't watch a whole lot of news, do you?
So obviously he knew what he was doing in that situation. He just saved that person's life, but he has to play stupid because he can't let people know that he's the Batman. And I also like this shot that's coming up here. Joker just walking down the aisle, that long dolly backwards as Joker walks down the hallway and has the detonator in his hand, about to blow up the hospital as he promised. So the scene coming up is pretty cool. It's just a super long shot of Joker walking away from the chaos that he's just caused in the hospital. Yeah, I really like that shot of just the debris in the background and Joker just not being satisfied.
To all the
And then, yeah, you get that really nice shot at the end there of the whole building being just demolished. You get that nice, super wide, tall, possibly a helicopter, a drone shot, just looking down on all the destruction that the Joker just caused. So yeah, that was my scene analysis on the hospital scene from The Dark Knight, directed by Christopher Nolan. I hope you enjoyed.